Susan Holmes McKagan, Duff McKagan's better half, is an accomplished woman. Supermodel, clothing designer, TV personality, wife, mother, and she's added yet another feather to her cap, novelist. I caught up with Susan at Baby & Company, Seattle's boutique Belltown clothing store.
Art Zone interview.
Wait. We don't have any water. Water guy, dude! God, for goodness sakes, this is your one job. Focus. And
sorry,
quit staring at Susan. It's weird, okay?
So sorry.
Yeah. It's kind of sad. Okay, let's do it. Let's do this thing.
Art Zone interview, take one.
Okay. Well, Susan Holmes McKagan, welcome to Art Zone's satellite studio, Baby & Company. Great store here in downtown Seattle. You might want to do a little shopping at some point.
It is absolutely beautiful in here. And thanks, Nancy, for having me.
Well, it's delightful. And I've never interviewed a supermodel before, let alone a supermodel/writer. So this is very, very cool. So you've written a book, and that alone deserves a round of applause, everybody. Absolutely. Yeah, big time. And it's your debut novel titled The Velvet Rose. Of course, there it is right there. So describe the basic storyline.
The basic storyline. Okay, in a nutshell, it's set in the early 90s, and it's a coming-of-age story. And it has a lead female protagonist, and her name is Scarlett. And she's an artist and a painter, and she stumbles into the world of modeling and high fashion. And one of the other main characters is Johnny.
Yes.
And he is...
Bad boy Johnny.
Yeah, he's a dirty rocker boy. He is in a band on the cusp of superstardom. He's got a heart of gold, but they're figuring their stuff out. They're gonna make some mistakes. And then Scarlett and Johnny meet, and then what ensues is sort of this unhinged ride. And it sort of showcases their, all the ups and downs of dating a legendary rock and roller. That whole sort of behind the scenes lifestyle that, well, I've been blessed and gotten to witness and experience from nearly 20 years of touring with Duff, my husband from Guns N' Roses and Velvet Revolver and Loaded.
So The Velvet Rose is, you've already kind of touched on, fictional story, fictional characters, but there are similarities between Scarlett's world and Susan's world, both professional and personal. So let's start with the professional. Scarlett is discovered by a Italian fashion photographer, Franco Giovanni, right, in a mall food court. Is that in Southern California?
Oh, yeah, yes.
So how were you discovered?
Well, I was actually indeed discovered by an Italian fashion photographer, too.
Really?
But not at a mall. It was,
oh, darn.
It was actually a little, I think, even more exciting. I was 16, and I got to go to New York with my mom on a special trip. So while we were at our special mom-daughter dinner, I'd gotten up to go to the bathroom, and probably they could see, this tall, skinny thing is walking over.
Kind of good looking.
Kind of model-y vibes. And the photographer kindly said, "Oh, excuse me, are you a model? If not, maybe I would think you should go see Eileen Ford tomorrow morning. Tell her that Marco sent you." And I was like, wow, oh my God, Eileen Ford.
Wow.
And Marco Glaviano, I knew who he was when he came over because I'd been studying all these fashion magazines.
So you did?
Yeah, so I did, but we found out that he was dining with Jodie Foster. So the whole restaurant, there was maybe 10 tables at this restaurant.
That's way better than a food court.
Yeah, it's way better. Yeah, it was like legend. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but,
so that was it.
Yeah.
That was well, since I will never be a supermodel, and I know that's a huge surprise to everyone in this room.
You could do it, Nance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
I'm going to teach you some moves later,
I know,
too.
I'm going to definitely
you've got
get some moves from you. But was there a specific moment when you realized, oh my God, I'm a supermodel? Like a tipping point for you? Or an experience like boom?
Yeah. Gosh, I'd say one of the highlights for me, it was actually on my birthday. And I was in New York, and I got booked on the Dolce & Gabbana campaign. Oh. And it was with one of my all-time favorite fashion photographers, Steven Meisel, and he's extraordinary.
He's a big name.
I'd done the show in Milan in Fashion Week a couple of times, and then I got booked for the campaign, and in walks Kate Moss, so I'm doing the campaign with Kate Moss.
Wow.
And Steven Meisel, and my mom was in town again, so
nice.
It was full circle.
Nice.
And it was just, very lovely. So that was certainly a highlight.
Another parallel is that Scarlett is a clothing designer, and you have designed swimsuits. It's Susan Holmes Swimwear.
Yes.
How did you learn to design?
I did a lot of fittings. So I got to see personally, you know, a sketch to picking out the fabrics, to a button, to how they would pin it to fit just so. And I never got to the level of being, you know, this couture fashion designer, but I certainly learned a tremendous amount. It was definitely an education in and of itself, absolutely.
But you must have had some background. I know you know how to even sew or something.
Well,
right?
I was the president of my sewing club in high school.
You were the president of the sewing club.
Yes.
What grade?
In senior year. Because,
my
you know, I had a
God.
lot of my credits done by then, so I had more free time to do some,
I
you know,
love
creative
that.
things.
Let's talk about identity, and by that I mean claiming your own space as a professional woman. So when you and Duff met, you were already established. You were a supermodel, you had your own business, you were a brand. That said, the kind of international enormity of Guns N' Roses was such a big thing. I'm wondering, did you suddenly find yourself, when you guys got married, were people kind of referring to you ever as Duff McKagan's wife?
All the time, and they still do sometimes. But it's funny because I'm just glad people are talking about me. I'm proud of my marriage, you know.
Sure.
And,
sure.
And I'm proud of being a mother.
Absolutely.
And I'm proud of being a designer, and I'm proud of being an author now.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
You know, every day I get to wake up, I'm happy and proud. So, you know, certainly if I could script my own way, people
if you could control
announce
it
me,
completely. Right.
I would love to have more control of that.
Right, but there's no way to,
Yeah.
to actually control that totally. With you and Duff, them both in the spotlight, how is it to have two celebrities under one roof? How do you guys handle that?
Oh, well, Duff's very supportive of me.
He sure seems
He's
that
so
way.
sweet.
Yeah, it's very solid.
He's such a giver in that way. And our daughters too. You know, we'll be going to our youngest daughter May's clothing launch in June in New York City.
Right, and Grace's band.
And Grace's band. She's opening for Killing Joke and the Struts, and you know, we're there, the crazy parents rocking out, embarrassing her to death. And then, you know, I'm always trying to be there for Duff as much as I can. You know, rooting him on, cheerleading him on the side of the stage.
There's not territorialism. There's no kind of jealousy in that kind of thing. You just gotta know.
No, I think we're all there for one another, and yeah, it's tough. You know, it's a big bad world out there. So you know, if you
better know where you
it's
are.
important to have your family there,
Right.
to be there,
and feed that.
It's not always
and water that.
It's not always the whatever your name is in the family show.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
Right. What did you learn, if anything, I'm assuming you did, but what did you learn about yourself writing the book?
I learned a lot, but I would say the takeaway for me is that, and we've probably all heard it before, but just to really truly believe in yourself. Honestly, I didn't know if I'd sell one book.
Sure.
And I sold out in one day on Amazon. So
And Barnes
that
and
was a
Noble.
bonus.
That was a big
and Barnes
deal.
Noble,
Yeah.
So it's incredibly gratifying.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on your debut novel.
Thank you.
Wonderful success for you. And The Velvet Rose by Susan Holmes McKagan is available at your favorite bricks and mortar bookstore or, of course, online. The audio version comes out June 1st, I believe.
Oh my gosh.
And plus, the Westies have a 7-inch single, features original music by Duff McKagan and friends. And
Friends.
Friends are?
Well, okay, shoot. I'll give it away because I like you, Nancy. I
Thank
think
you.
this is the first interview I've
actually
mentioned
like
it.
the person. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so who are they?
I
So
love
it's Duff?
It's Duff and Slash, and Puffy is the drummer from Faith No More, and it's from the 90s, and it's never been heard.
So it's original music from the
unreleased.
90s, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's great. It's very, you'll like it. if you
Very
haven't heard it
cool.
yet.
Well, thank you
Super
so
cool.
much. I really appreciate you talking
Thank
with us.
you, Nancy.
And now I believe it's time for my Here we go. Walking elegantly. Fierce.
Powerfully.
And elegant. And fierce. And I striking?
You are striking. You could be on the cover of that.
Of like Field and Stream?
Wow.
Fish and Wildlife?
You are a wild one, Nancy.
I am a wild one. Sure.